Hey guys, Jared from Jared Photography, and just a really quick little rant slash vlog here. In a conversation on Facebook with a few other photographers, and they were talking about gear, and this dude asked a specific question in between two lenses, and then they had this whole conversation about what a professional should have, and it really kind of irked me. He was saying that a professional photographer should have this lens, this lens, this lens, and this lens, and I didn't think that was fair because I looked at that list and I only had one of them, and I make a living with my camera and I like to consider myself a professional, and I think that my professionalism comes from my professionalism, not the gear that I have and its professionalism. It just really bugged me. See, I don't have the 24-70 or the 70 to 2.8. In fact, I had a 70 to 200 and I sold it just a couple of weeks ago. And the reason why is because I never used it. There's no reason to have professional gear if I'm never using them, because nothing I've ever made with that 70 to 200 has been published. But stuff with my 14mm Rokinon is, you know, amazing. It's really sharp, and those pictures have been published. I just had a picture from my 28mm 2.8. This old plastic Nikon lens just got put on the news this evening, which is really cool. It has nothing to do with the price tag on your gear. If it works extremely well, like the 51.8 that Nikon has, why do you need a $700 lens if the $200 lens will do it and does it just as well? Anyway, if you're a photographer out there that's getting started, or you have been at it for a while and you're gear lusting, let me do you a favor. You probably don't need it. But if you're thinking about moving into a new lens, make sure that the reason you have the lens is because you need it. I did not need a 70 to 200. I do not do a lot of really large weddings, like from a distance. I don't do sports. I don't do much wildlife. Even if I did wildlife, I have a 300mm prime, which I use. And I have a better use for the 300mm f4 than I do for the 70 to 200. So it's all relative. I have a whole line of lenses, and they go from 28mm to 85, and then from 85 all the way up to 300. So it's all relative. I use a lot of wides, I use a lot of standard and short telephoto like the 85, and sometimes maybe the 105. What I use is exactly what I need. It's sharp, it's very precise, and I've never had a problem with any of my lenses because I make sure I buy quality stuff. Quality does not always equate to extremely expensive. So don't buy expensive gear thinking that it's going to make you a better photographer or going to make you a professional photographer. I shot not long ago a complete commercial job with a 3200 Nikon, which is a $400 camera. So really, think about what you're buying before you buy it, and don't ever think about a photographer because of their gear, because a photographer makes the image with whatever camera he has. Thanks.